In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a little bit more of a technical approach in order to help you build a website with AI that is SEO optimized. Now, if you're not sure what that means, I'm going to show you here in this video. And I do want to give a fair warning. This is something that is new to me, and I have just been using it in the last couple of weeks, but I've been so excited to learn it that I wanted to show you how you can start using it too. So let's dive right in. Now, you may not understand much about websites or SEO yet, and this is one of the things that I want to show you. This is one of the websites right here that I have built with Lovable, and it made it very easy. I was able to put a bunch of pages together and give it to the client, and they were really happy. Well, one of the issues with this website is if we go to this website, totheweb.com, it will simulate a Google crawl. Now, Google periodically will crawl your website to go see if you have new content, new keywords, and different things like that. And you'll see here in just a second, when we go run the simulation, you're going to notice on this Lovable built website that you have the title and the description, but as far as H1s, H2s, or any kind of keywords, Google isn't seeing any of it. Now we have my website, which I also built completely with AI. And if we go copy this link and go put that same link into this Google crawler simulator, you're going to notice it has not only the title, the description, but then all of the keywords that I have on my website. And that's what I want to show you today. So in this video, not only am I going to show you how to build the website with AI, but also how you can connect it to a GitHub repo and then connect that to Cloudflare. That way you're set up for success to launch your website and make it so that it's SEO optimized. Now to do this, you are going to need to download Cursor. Cursor is an IDE. It is a vibe coding app that allows you to use multiple AI models to make it so that you can build what you're wanting to build. And all you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to open up a project, and you're going to see it's going to ask you to go open up some kind of folder on your computer. Now, what you can do is you can just do new folder. And for this case, we're just going to do AI Amplify website. And then you're going to go to create, and you're going to open that up. Now, the reason this is happening is because Cursor is actually going to start building the website locally on your device. And then from there, we can connect it to things like GitHub to actually go publish it. But you'll notice right away, you'll see there's the sidebar right here, there's this middle thing, and then there's this chat bar in the top right. Now on this chat bar, you'll be able to go switch between different models. For right now, I'm just gonna wanna do Opus 4.6, that's the newest Claude model. And we're actually going to go into plan mode. Now the reason I like to do plan mode is because it will let me get the ideas out first, and then it will start to go build. So I'm just gonna come in here, I'm gonna use my microphone and say, hey, please help me plan to build a simple website for the AI Amplify Academy. We will need things like a simple landing page. We will need a about page. We will need some kind of contact or join page for anybody that's wanting to join the AI Amplify Academy. And I'm going to want all of this built in Astro. And then we're just going to go send this through so the AI planner can kind of start to go think about it. Now, one of the things that I'm doing here is I'm using Astro to be able to go be kind of the language or the backend for this website. That will make it so I can have things like the React components, but also use front end like Tailwind to be able to go make sure that the website looks and functions well. So we're just going to go see what it says here. It says, let me check what you currently have in your workspace. The workspace is empty, so we'll be starting from scratch. I have a couple of questions. Do you have a preferred color scheme or visual style in mind? And then it will ask us a couple of questions here. I want dark, techie. That's great. Awesome. For the contact join page, should the form actually send submission somewhere like email or service or form spree, or like a static form layout enough for now? Let's just do just build the form. I'll decide later. Continue. Perfect. So it's just going to ask us some questions back and forth in order to actually go build out the website. Great choices. Here's the plan. You can see it's going to go build out the tech stack. So it's building Astro, and then it's going to use pure CSS. I would actually prefer to use Tailwind, so that's one thing that I'm going to go invite it to do here in just a second. But then you can see, and this is a little bit more technical, but it does make it so that we can see things clearly. So it's going to go build the components. Now, if you're not sure what components are, there's specific things on your website. Like you have the nav bar at the top, you have that big hero section with some kind of cool image, and then you have things like the feature section and the contact form. And then it's going to go build the home page, the about page, and the contact page, and then it's going to go build out the global CSS. Now, one thing that I'm going to go say in here is I would actually like to use Tailwind for the CSS. And it's going to go through and use Tailwind, because right now it's saying that it wants to go use pure CSS, which is good. But in a second, I'm going to show you how you can go find really cool designs for your website. And most of the time they use Tailwind. And so we're going to just want to prepare it and say, hey, let's use Tailwind from the get-go. So when I give you some of these designs moving forward, you'll know exactly what to do. Awesome. So now that we have this framework all set up and ready to go, it has the brain and it knows what it's going to do. It's going to go build out the landing page, about page, contact page, and have some of these shared components. Now what we're going to go do is go find a design that we like, and then we're actually going to start the project. Now to do this, we're going to go to this website called Dribbble. It's Dribbble with 3bs.com. And the reason that I really like this website is it has web templates. So we can just come into here and look for community and see if it has any community-based templates. And it looks like it does. Some of these are a little bit more app-based. So I might just go look up community website or landing page. So you can see here's some really cool designs here. And you can kind of just go through and pick out the ones that you're wanting. So I'm actually gonna come back here and just do tech landing page and see if there's some cool ones that we like here. Okay, looks like there's some good ones that look really fun and clean. And let's say that I have really liked this one. We can go click on this one, and now you can see a lot of times they'll have the full page that you can go take screenshots of. And so there is this whole entire thing here. This looks really, really clean. And so I'm going to then just go download this image. I think you can go save image as. Perfect. And we're going to come back into Cursor, and we are just going to then, let's see here, click on this image button, go to downloads, and then we're going to add in that image there and say, please use this as a reference when designing the website. And so now it's going to go take a look at that web page that we put in place, and it's going to go look at the dark theme. It's got the featured card section. It's got the stats section. So it's actually going and looking at the design, and then later on we'll be able to tweak it. But this will just make it so that we start off with a really good design. Now we have a really good plan in the back end. And the reason that we're going about it this way is I have found if you just start to code and say go build, then it struggles a little bit. But if we can put the foundations in place, like the design and what the website actually needs to have, then we're going to have a lot more success here. So you're going to see it's going to actually go through and say, okay, on the landing page, we want to do this. On the about page, we want to do this. And it's taking that design that we gave it in mind and going and changing some of the instructions it's giving itself in order to go make that possible. So you can see right here on the right-hand side, it's changing that for the landing page. Now it's changing the things like the hero section, the featured section, all that kind of stuff, making it so that it matches that design a little bit more. And you'll actually start to see here, it's going to go update some of the to-do list and some of the instructions that it's given itself based off of the design that we've given it. And now you can see here's the plan. It's good to go. It's got the mobile column stuff. All that's good to go. And all we're going to do is we're going to go press build. So now we just switched Cursor from planning mode to building mode. So you can see here, it's actually going to start to go through these to-do lists. So it's going to go build out the scaffolding, making sure that we have the Astro project in place. Then it's going to go configure the Tailwind, which is the design side of it all. Then it's going to go build the base layout. So it's going to go build out some of those components like the nav bar and stuff. Then it will build out the landing page, build the about page, build the contact page, and then add in things like favicon and stuff like this. Now, just a quick note, it's going to ask you to go do some things like right here. It was just asking if we can go start to do Astro, which was like the building style that we're going to use. And I just said, yes, that's good to go. And right here, it's saying, okay, can we just do that again? And it's like, yes, that's good to go. So you're just going to want to make sure that you watch through some of these and just make sure you read a little bit. It is going to be a little bit more technical jargon, but for the most part, Cursor does a good job saying, hey, we need your permission to go build this file. And you can see it's going to start to go build some of these files over here. Like here's the Docker file, here's this file, and so on and so forth. Now I'm going to let it go do its thing, and we'll come back once the design is done. Okay, so now the project is finished. We have all the different pages here that it's all planned out and all this stuff, and we got this big message over here. It did a little bit of testing. It asked if it could go through and make sure the responsiveness all worked, and now it is done. Now we actually want to go see the website. Now, the way to do this is to come up here, and you're going to notice there is this terminal button in the very top. You're going to click on that terminal button and do new terminal. Now, if it did the plan correctly, which in this case it did, it already had set it up so that you can do an npm. This is basically just telling the website to turn itself on to be able to preview it. So right here, I'll just go npm run dev. And this is just telling the server, hey, will you go create me a temporary link so that I can go view this locally? And you can see it just did that. And there's the local link. Now, something to be aware of is this does not mean that your site is live. This means that it's local. So you won't be able to see this on your phone. You won't be able to see it if you send it to a friend. You will only be able to see it the device that you've built on because it's looking at the current local folder. And so we can actually just tap on this like this. And let's see here. Sometimes there's a button that pops up. Sometimes there isn't. Okay, well, if that doesn't work, then we can then just go copy this link here, and then we can go into a browser and then open up a new tab and paste the link just like this. So you can see just like that, here's our website. Amplify your future with AI, get started, learn more, why choose us. 500 students enrolled, 50 AI courses, 100 plus projects built, 95% satisfaction. You can see there's places to add in photos and stuff like this. But it looks like a really good website. We got our about page. There's that here, what you'll learn. Perfect. Meet the team. We can go add in some photos there. There's a join page with an application and a get started, which is that same join page too. And then if you want to go test out the mobile responsiveness, we can just shrink this. And you're going to notice as we shrink it, it now has things like, okay, here's the hamburger menu where people can switch between the pages. And it looks like it all squeezes down, so it's not like leaving anything hanging over. So it looks like it not only did good with the mobile, but it already did the responsiveness. Now that that's done, it's time to prepare it to actually go push to GitHub and then go push it to Cloudflare to actually publish the website. Here we go. We're going to come back into Cursor, and then all we're going to say is, please prepare this to push to GitHub and then store on Cloudflare for publishing. And if you go tell it that, it will know what to do. It might need to go make a couple of adjustments to go make sure that the code is ready for GitHub and to also go make sure that it's ready to push to Cloudflare. Now, you can go do this with like Vercel or from other different server type business or softwares. But right now, I'm just going to show you how to do GitHub to Cloudflare. But know that that last piece is interchangeable. You can go use the software that you're familiar with. But right here, you're just seeing it's going to go do things like git add and git status. This is just making it so that it can go push it to a GitHub repo, and then it can go see the status of that GitHub repo. But it's going and preparing all that now. Everything is staged. Let's create the initial commit. Okay, let's do run. And this is just preparing it to actually go push to GitHub. Good, commit is done. Let me now create the GitHub repo and push. Okay, perfect. Let's run that. And let's see what happens here. All right, run. This may not work out. We actually may need to go give it the GitHub URL, but we'll just prepare for that. Your GitHub CLI isn't installed. Okay, so yeah, you're seeing right here, it's wanting us to actually go build out a new repo. So let me show you how to do that now. Awesome. So now we are in GitHub. All you're going to come do is come over to new, and this is going to bring you into a new repo. Now a repo is like its own little online folder for your project. So we're going to come in here and we're just going to do AI, Amplify, website, and then you can go put in a description if you want to. You can go choose the visibility. We don't need to add a README because the coder already did that. And there's this here. We're good to go. And then create repository. And then you're going to notice at the very top, it has the link now for your repository. So mine is stored underneath my account. And then here is the repository we're going to send it to. We are just going to then copy that link. Then we are going to go back into our Cursor, and we're going to post the link. Here is the link for our GitHub repo. And just like that, we're going to paste that link. We're going to send that to Cursor. And now it should push all of these folders over here into GitHub. And in a second, I'll show you how you know whether or not that worked out and is successful. But you can see here it's saying, Kate, let me just push it to that repo now. You're going to say yes. And what that's going to do is go take all of these folders and push it into GitHub. That way GitHub has them in the cloud. There's that here. Perfect. It's going to go push all of that over. And just like that, we now have all of the different things over on GitHub. Go back to our GitHub settings here and actually go look at the repo itself. You're going to notice here's all the different folders. So if we go into public, there's the favicon and things like that. If we come over to the SRC, you're going to notice here's all the different pages. So the about, contact, and index. And that's how you know that you've done a good job pushing everything to GitHub. Now it's time to push it to Cloudflare so that we can actually create a temporary domain so you can go test the website and go test if it is SEO optimized. Okay, so in order to do that, you're going to need to go create a free Cloudflare account. And once your account is already set up, you're going to come to Compute and AI. Then you're going to go to Workers and Pages. Then over here, you're just going to go to Create an Application. And then you're going to do Get Started. Now, I know it says Connect with GitHub here, but I've only allowed access to a certain amount of repos, and we're going to need to go add in this new repo. So you're going to go to Get Started. You're going to import an existing GitHub repository. And then you're going to see it's not here, so we just need to go to Cloudflare Pages. This is going to access our GitHub account now, and then it's going to go send me a code. So let me go get that code and put that in now. Okay, I put in that code, and all of this is we're going to go pick up the new AI Amplify repo and go add it into our Cloudflare because, again, I've only given access to a couple of them. So I'm going to go to Select Repositories here at the bottom. You can see here's AI Amplify website, and then I'm just going to press Save. Now, all that's going to do is then go add it so then I can then go create a project with that folder. Then we'll have to do the same process, go to Compute and AI, Workers and Pages, Create Application. Then we're going to do Get Started once more, import an existing Git repository, and now you're going to see here's AI Amplify website, and then we're going to do Begin Setup. Now you can see here, it's going to do the production to the main, and all we need to do is make sure that we say that it was an Astro framework. Here is the build command. Here's the digital output directory. That's all good to go, and then save and deploy. Now what it's going to do is it's going to pull from our GitHub repository, and then it's going to store all of those files on Cloudflare. That way we're going to get a temporary domain that we can actually go test the website. So you can see here it's building the initial build environment. It's then going to clone the GitHub repository. It's going to actually go build the website, and then it's going to go deploy it to Cloudflare's global network. Awesome, and it just finished pushing over to Cloudflare, and you're going to see there's our temporary domain. So if we go click on that now, it's going to take us to our website. And by the way, we've gotten to the point where you can share this with your friend. But the point of this was to make sure that it was SEO optimized and that would actually show up on crawlers. So let's copy that link. Let's go over into the Google crawler, come and paste that link right here. And you're going to notice that it's crawlable. Here's our H1 or our title, our description, all of the keywords, the H1, all of the H2s, and so on and so forth. And so this is exactly how you can start to go build out simple websites that are crawlable by Google that you can actually publish to the web. And in the future, I'll show you how you can make edits and fine tune some of these websites. But I hope this tutorial was super helpful for you guys. You gained some value and you now know how you can use AI to build websites that can be found by Google. If this video is helpful, go ahead and like this video. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what videos you want to see next, and we'll see you in the next one.